Welcome to game night, my friends. You're watching Brad's on a Map, and tonight we're playing Ticket to Ride. I play games live and unscripted so that you can hear all of my thoughts, strategies, and table talk. My goal is to give you the confidence to try these games out for yourself. Maybe you'll even decide to host your own game night. If you're here live on Twitch, you're part of the table tonight, so join the chat. And if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment and let me know what moves you would have done differently. If you enjoy these playthroughs, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Brad's on a Map. I also share highlights from every game on Instagram and TikTok, so if one of those makes you laugh or rethink a strategy, pass it on. And with that, it's time to play Ticket to Ride. Let's see how well I actually read the rulebook. Ticket to Ride is a super popular game. You know how I know that? It's 20 years old, and it still costs like $60 or $70 in game stores, and that drives me crazy because I want the European version, but I'm not paying that kind of money for a 20-year-old game. But it's a real fun game. It is a combination of set collection, and I guess you could call it worker placement. We're basically just putting trains across America. Let's find ourselves a asynchronous game in progress, and we'll talk through it real quick. In this game, the basic mechanism is we're going to draw these tickets that represent routes from different cities across the United States and I guess some of Canada here. So let's just say, for example, we have a ticket that says Calgary to Oklahoma City. That's going to be worth a bunch of points if we can complete that route and we can fulfill the train ride from Calgary to Oklahoma City. And we do that by completing a route of locomotives along any path between those two cities. Now you can see here I'm doing the most direct path, but it does not have to be a direct path. I could go Calgary, Winnipeg, Duluth, Chicago, stop by Pittsburgh, come down this way, and then loop around here. As long as I have a contiguous route from Calgary to Oklahoma City, I'm going to score that route. How do you place trains down? We all have our own color here. So right now we're watching a game between red and yellow, and we're going to collect these colored locomotives and exchange them to place our trains down. Let's look at this one right here. I need 4 red locomotives to complete this section from Helena to Omaha. So I would need 4 of these red cards. I'm going to start out with 5 or so in my hand, and then one of the main actions you can do is you can draw more cards. So you can see how there's different color cards. You never get the cards you want necessarily. As Lord Zeon's saying, every time he plays, the cards screw him over. You do have these wild cards, these rainbow cards that can count as any color. They're kind of helpful. But the limiting factor there is you can't draw as many. The basic turn is you get one of 3 options. You can draw cards, so you can either take from the flop these face-up cards right here. You can take any 2 of a colored card, or if you elect to take a rainbow card, you can only take 1. Okay, let's say, for example, I want green. There's no green. I could take this rainbow right here and it'll count as a green, but I could only draw 1 card if I did that. I couldn't take 2, but I could take this orange and red and then get 2 cards. So it's a question of if you want more volume or if you want this specific one that lets you go anywhere. So one action is you can draw up to 2 cards. One action is you can exchange the cards in your hand. You can see this person has 17 cards in their hand. Let me zoom in. Look at that zoom. I wanted to show this last week, but I couldn't. So this person has 17 cards in their hand, so they have a lot of different color combinations. So they can take a handful of those and exchange them to fulfill one of these routes. And remember, they need the number equal to the length of the route of that color. And they can use rainbows as any color along the way. So for this one that I'm highlighting between Helena and Duluth, 5 orange or some combination of orange and rainbow. So option 1, draw cards. Option 2, use the cards you have to turn them in and play down trains. And then option 3 is to draw more tickets. Remember I said the main thing we're doing is we're trying to connect routes. We're going to start off with a couple of routes, and we can get more as we go. If we complete a route and we want another one that we can then score, we need to take our turn action and draw more tickets, which will give us more route options. Worth noting, you don't want to spam this because any incompleted route left in your hand is going to be minus points at the end of the game. And that's really it. We're going to scroll down a little bit and just look at the scoring objectives here. Okay, so I'm mixing up the terms route and ticket here. So a route is an individual length. So you're going to score points for every route you lay down. So if I go Helena to Denver, I'll score points just for claiming that route. And so that's one way you score points. The biggest way is completing a ticket, which is a set of routes. So what was I saying? I was saying Calgary to Oklahoma City. That is not considered a route. What are they calling that? It just says path of routes. I hate that. I'm here struggling for the nomenclature because it doesn't exist. Continuous path of routes between cities. That's dumb. Okay, so you complete a ticket, say Calgary to Oklahoma City, you get points for that. You also get points for every route you claim along any path. You can go over here. It doesn't have to be part of your ticket. And you're going to get points based on the length of that, as we can see here. And then the last way is whoever has the longest route is going to get 10 points. Get it? Got it? Good. Well, guess what, folks? We're not playing Ticket to Ride on BGA. We're playing Ticket to Ride on Steam. This is our first time trying a different platform other than BGA because we just want to try some different stuff here. And hopefully this doesn't make my computer crash because Steam and OBS both use a lot of memory. No, I will blame the nomenclature of the game because you know what you can do when you make a bunch of reprints that have stickers on them that say 65 million copies sold? You can reprint it with cleaner nomenclature. It's a thing you can do. But let's play on this fancy little Steam app. And you guys let me know if the quality here is better. Obviously, the quality is going to be better. Let me know if this is a better experience. Maybe this is something we can do more often. That's too loud. So we're going to play against the AI here. But before anyone says, I'm just trying to cheat so I can get my first victory on the channel, we're going to do one of each. So I am this dashing redheaded lady. Ooh, I don't like that. That doesn't seem super PC. Let's go this one instead. Yeah. So we got one easy, one normal, one hard. So we're trying all the levels here. Is there a super hard? Nope. So easy, medium, hard. We'll see what happens. We're gonna do a 4-player game, and let's see if we can get our first victory. Let's get after it. So these are my starting tickets. You can see I have a bunch of routes here, and I like how you can see how it's highlighting Calgary to Salt Lake City here. These are my 3 options. I need to choose at least one of these. I could keep all 3, but you know, that's pretty risky if I don't think I can complete them and they're worth negative points at the end if I don't. I think it's like negative 4 points. So what do we got here? I'm just going to kind of look at the visualizations and see if any of these work together. So these ones are parallel. Don't love that, although I could connect Atlanta to Oklahoma City. Calgary to Salt Lake City. Why Salt Lake or bust? What do you like about Salt Lake City? I do like this one, not because you said it. See, all these are going very vertically. Look at this. They're all going north or south. So which ones do I want? I'm going to do these 2. I'm going to see if I can connect them. It does look the easiest. You're right. All right, so let's just look at things real quick. These are the cards I have in my hand. So I have 2 rainbows to start, 1 pink and 1 yellow. These are the cards that are available, and I believe I can take off the deck as well if I don't like any of these. So let's start figuring out our strategy here. I'm probably going to just grab a lot of cards to begin with. So let me open this up again because I really like this visualization. So Calgary to Salt Lake. I'm just doing this to remind myself where I'm going. I need these grays here and these pinks. I do have a pink. That's cool. I see some grays, so that one might be good. Or these aren't grays. These are wilds. No, these are grays. Yeah. Weird color choices, but I see lots of grays. So I think I'm going to start by claiming the grays. I'm going to stock up. I see some people immediately lay down trains like this, and then I see other people who spend their first half dozen turns just collecting cards. Okay, that is kind of loud. How's the music sound? I don't hate that. It is pretty epic. All right, I'm not gonna lie, that's super loud. We'll do very subtle music, but like it was crescendoing and it was getting louder. I didn't love it. There we go. All right, where are we at? I see some good reds on here. I do need reds because I'm going to want to go Salt Lake to Oklahoma City and connect everything. So let's grab both of those reds. Slaughter on my end? Okay, that's good to know. Now I need to start leaning in. So I've got a good base of all of these colors, which is really cool. I love that I have 2 rainbows already. Let me do one more double red because let's pop this up again. So you can see I'm going here and then I'm going here, but there's a lot of reds that I can connect in the middle. So let's grab 4 reds. And as long as no one does it this turn, I'm probably gonna go Denver to Oklahoma City. Oh, someone thought of it. All right, let's turn these boys in, these 4 reds, and let's claim Denver to Oklahoma City. And let's start connecting the middle of the board. I don't know how it works against AI, but there can be a little bit of gamesmanship in the early stages of this game when you play against people. Like, I'm not always going to play routes that are starting at one end or really obvious connections between the two. I'm trying to go here and I'm trying to go here, but you see me right now, I'm just claiming the center of the board, getting some good real estate and not necessarily making it super obvious where it is I want to go. I don't want people to think that we're racing for something. Let's finish this connection here. Let's grab this yellow. Oh, another yellow. I like that. Or do I grab a red? Let's grab a red. We're gonna need more reds. Okay, so we're gonna look at Denver to Salt Lake City here, and then we're gonna work our way up from there. So do it now. I see a pink. Let's grab the pink. So now we've got the cards for here and the cards for here. That's good. I don't know how I feel about this. I need more grays, I think. So let's grab that gray too. So you can see some people are, black specifically is starting to really play a lot of cards down. Will it show me who's each level? It does not show me. I was curious to see, for example, we have black and green who are laying down track. I was curious to see if they were the more advanced AIs or not. Someone took this route, and so I want to take that one quickly before it's gone. So like here, I'm not super worried because they're small routes and they're still available. But this one, if someone takes that, I might be in trouble. So let's grab that. So we've connected Salt Lake City to Oklahoma City. Neither of those are on the same destination ticket, but they're going to make it easier, so if we can get one, we can get the other. Duluth is a big junction, so I'm not super worried. If I can get to Duluth, I could potentially come this way and have things to work with. But this Sault Ste. Marie to Duluth, that one looks spicy. That's valuable. What I'm doing here is I'm not necessarily committing to one path. I'm just trying to give myself flexibility. So let's say people spam these easy small gray ones right here, which looks like is starting to happen. I've already connected these, so if I mean, at this point, if I just go Salt Lake City, Helena, Calgary and complete that route, all I need to do is go Helena, Duluth, and then I've completed this route as well. And I have a pretty long route for longest route at that point, which would be cool. Do I have the pinks for that? Yeah, and so let's do that again. Let's focus on that strategy. Let's get into the major junction. So you can see Salt Lake City is a major junction, Helena is a major junction, Duluth is a major junction, Oklahoma City is a major junction. So let's focus on these ones that don't have a lot of routes. And let's just make sure that we are in play at those junctions. I'm running out of cards though, so I'm gonna have to start drawing some cards for a bit here. I don't like any of these colors. Can I use white? I'm gonna take the red. And then I'm gonna go off of here. There's a green, okay. I didn't hate that. So I really needed greens and grays there, and I didn't see any. So I just stocked up on reds, because I know that reds are, you know, there's some red paths here available, and then hoped I got a good green there. I don't know where all the grays are. They're not coming out. Let's grab another green. Now I see some whites. I can't really use white. You can see how we're all fighting for the center of the board right now. I'm going to draw off of here again. No, it's just a yellow anyway. This is 5. Huh. Let's grab that. And let's grab that. We're going to look at this route right here. Did he just draw 2 grays? Mother... Yes, the deck is evil in this game. It's pretty wild. It's one of the reasons I like Ticket to Ride Europe a little better. But we're going to start off basic. It would be wild to use 2 rainbows here. I don't want to do it. Let's draw. Okay, we got a pink. Didn't necessarily care for a pink. Screw it, we'll go 2 pinks. I see a route here that might be tasty. I really need grays. I might have to lean in and do 2 rainbows here. But then I can't connect here. Frickin' heck, dude. I don't know where all the grays are. I gotta get some trains down. I haven't put a train down in a while. Okay, I'm getting desperate. I'm gonna take another rainbow. So remember, I can only take 1 card because I chose a rainbow. Yeah, I'm kind of in that stage where I'm just gonna grab lots of cards. You've only played the Europe version. I like the Europe version a little better. There's a little more variability, control over the deck, and then you have that push your luck element of the tunnels too. This one's fine, but I think Europe just makes it a little cleaner. Fuck it. Then there's the frickin' gray. What are we doing here? Or is that black? I'm so confused by the color scheme here. No, that's black because it's got the colorblind things here. So black is diamond, gray is just a square, and I'm not seeing any. Okay, so I have these 4 rainbow, which I think is super valuable. I'm gonna hold on to that, and then I'm gonna hit the panic button at some point here if I don't start getting what I want. Remember, I'm trying to go here. If I can connect these 2, I'm in really good shape. But I don't see any orange either. Screw it. Okay. Okay. There's got to be grays here somewhere, guys. There doesn't have to be grays anywhere. Where is green? Green is on the east coast here. Maybe people are hoarding the grays. I got 4 reds. What else can I do with the reds? I am stumped right now. I don't know where the cards I want are. All right, let's get some blacks. Okay, 2 blacks. I like that. Or am I just an idiot and gray is wild? I'm pretty sure I'm an idiot and gray is wild. That's what's happening right now. I'm fairly confident. Because watch. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I thought there was a wild. And so I'm over here panicking like no gray cards are coming up. And then Lord Zeon in the chat is just not helping the situation. He's just like, yeah, you suck. You're not getting any cards. Okay, so we can complete that. Good to know. No one else seems interested in it. But let's, based on that information, figure out what we want to do on this section right here. What color don't we want? We don't want green. So we're going to take 2 greens. and we're gonna go here. Because we have these 4 reds, so I'm pretty close to connecting this. These oranges aren't helping me, but now I can come down here and I can get this route. Fuck! That's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. Fuck. I thought about doing it last turn and I was like, no one else wants it. Yes, that's what I'm saying, is that I'm only 1 away here as opposed to 5 away for the orange. So that's why I'm eyeing up this one. That is correct. But that being said, I just lost that last link. So I'm going to have to go a little roundabout, and that's okay. But that also sucks. But yeah, we'll do that now. This is going to complete one of our routes. Look at that. Look at that animation. Gorgeous. It does suck to suck. Well, guess what, guys? We gotta go for something else now. Oh my god, no! It used my freaking wilds instead of my reds. That's amazing. Guess what, guys? We play these games live and unscripted. Shit like that happens. That really fucking sucks. That hurt my soul. It used all 4 of my wilds. Wow. Okay, we are behind the 8 ball now, so we're gonna stock up on the blues. Man, that's killer. That's terrible action economy. I hate everybody right now. How do we come back from that? We just start stocking up on cards. You're laughing pretty hard for someone who says that it hurt you. Gotta keep your head up. Whoa. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get real crazy with it. We're gonna draw more tickets. Oh, yes. Is that already blocked off? That's already blocked off, but can I work it? So what I'm looking at here is I need to go Sault Ste. Marie to Nashville. I'm already in Oklahoma City. So all I need to do is go Oklahoma City to Nashville. It looks pretty blocked off. So maybe that's not the move. I am going to have to potentially go this way, though, because I got blocked off from Calgary to Helena. Denver to El Paso is blocked off. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Let's go big or go home. We'll go for the big one. We gotta start going west, young man. All right. And of course there's no red out here. Like, these reds are useless now. That's fucking brutal, man. Ugh. That's really tough. It might have been a game ender. But I can use the reds thusly. So let me grab 4th red and we'll go Calgary to Seattle with that red. Then I need to come up and down the coast. So pink or green. I've already got some pinks, so we'll lean into pinks. So we're going to connect this next. And then we can start working this way. I don't know how I did that last time. I could have sworn I clicked that. And then I clicked the route. I still don't know how it happened. It prioritizes during the select. Why would it prioritize? It should prioritize the other way. Why would it prioritize the more flexible ones? Is that what a hard mode is? The UX is just trying to screw me over? Okay, now we're going to use this single one and go here. Got to get that route. So now we have lots of options to connect in here. What shall we do? Give me pink. Give me pink. I swear to God, if someone takes this pink, we're We're gonna go Portland to San Fran, and then we're real close. And if we had all those rainbows, we'd essentially be done. So we'll click here. Okay, so we just need this little triangle here. How do we get that little triangle there? Let's grab these whites. Where are all the wilds? I just spent all the wilds, that's where, and then they're cycling back in the deck. Maybe people are hoarding them, I don't know. Okay, I got 4 whites. So I think now we take the wild. Okay, now, so I click that. All right, we're back in this, guys. Look at these graphics. You don't get this on BGA. I love BGA. BGA democratizes board games because it's like $5, $10 a year, and you can play thousands of games. This game is dope, but I also paid like 20 bucks for it on Steam. And that's cool. I'll do that in some games. Especially games I see playing with my friends, but I'm not going to do that with lots of games. And of course, I need yellow and pink, and I don't see any. I don't know what you're yelling at. Are you whying because I paid for this on Steam? I'm trying to build a channel and a community here, and sometimes you gotta spend money to make money. I'm never gonna make money on this channel, but we're having fun. I could connect here eventually. If I see pinks and yellows, I can connect there. I can also just grab this while I'm at it. I might just do that. Let me just call dibs on that. And now I have 3 color options instead of 2. So now 3 yellows, 3 pinks, or 3 orange completes both my remaining tickets. I only have 8 cars left. Oh, so that's another thing. We'll check how many cars people have. 19, 9, 12, and I have 8. And so I believe it's when you have 2 cars left that triggers the end game in the last round. Flip a coin here, yellow or orange. We're gonna grab yellow. Fuck! Fuck this deck, man. Hoping I can get 2 off of that one, and then I can grab a wild on this turn. I don't like that your trains are all the same while computer gets cool ones. What's wrong with my trains? I think it's just the clarity on the black. Let's look at these. That looks like a tank. Green has... No, that's Santa's sleigh. Okay, we're going to dig into this for a second here. Okay, green has Santa's sleigh with presents in the back. Black has an OG locomotive. You're right, I don't have anything. Yellow has... I mean, that's kind of... Is that a sarcophagus? What is that? You're right. Now I'm kind of mad. I want better colors now. All right, let's grab another orange. And now we got a blind draw. All right, 2 and 2. There's the yellow. Let's see if we can grab it. All right, we'll grab our yellow to make sure we can do that. And then we'll also grab and cross our fingers for an orange and have 2 options to complete both of these routes. Well, didn't get it, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to complete 2 routes here. Boom. Click that one, Seattle, Los Angeles. It is on the coast. I appreciate the accuracy of that. Didn't I complete both of them? Yeah. Yeah, 3 complete. Okay, so now if I can grab an orange and complete that route, it'll trigger the end game. So if I play down 3 more cards, it'll trigger the end game. Or I could just look to see where I can do that right now. I guess I don't need orange for that. So where's 3 blues? I have 4 blues somewhere. Let's start thinking about the end game here. The last thing I want to think about is longest route. So I'm going loop-de-doop. That's not connected quite. That's a long, okay, yeah, so I can go here, here, and then 3 here would be a longer route. So let's do that. This should trigger the end game. Because I actually have 2 cards left. Boom! Okay, final turn. Now we're just gonna grab one of these gray boys. Well, I have the most points before longest route. I don't think this counts the final card scoring. Montreal to Boston. Okay. No. It's all the same to Toronto, because that'll be part of the same route. That's what we're going to do. You are incorrect, sir. You just like the Northeast. Don't shrug at me. It's objectively a better move because it's part of the route. Who has the longest route? 21, 28. No, 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 not like this, not like this, not like this. 33. Haha! Fucking suck it. I don't know if this counts. Guys, let me know if this counts. Oh, it didn't do tickets yet. Yay. No! Ah, that's funny. Because he didn't complete them all. Okay, so that was just the score of locomotives down. That was scary, because he passed me, and then he came back down. I don't know, guys. Does this count? Does this count as my first win? I beat the hard opponent, but it was only one hard opponent. It was easy, normal, hard. So I don't know. You guys let me know if this counts as my first victory. Okay, let's go on to Europe. New game. Europe is really good. Europe has a couple of extra mechanisms too that we'll talk about. I really like Europe. We're not going to do the tutorial, but I'll just explain the differences. We'll go normal, normal, hard this time. And I feel like I shouldn't change my character. I shouldn't change from what won. Although I do want a different color. Let's go back to what? Ah, locomotive. Ah, there we go. That's why you're paid the big bucks. I kind of like the Iron Horse. I'm going to do the Iron Horse. But then we're going to go back to red. Because it wasn't the color. It was because I didn't set it up right. What other things do we have here? Carriage. Oh, snap. Okay, so now, yeah, look at that combo. Bang. Okay, now I'm feeling good. She looks like she's from San Fran. Offense. That's rude, probably. So there's a couple of additional gotchas in Europe. You're going to see these tunnels here, which have an additional mechanism in order to claim them. These little capsule-looking things are tunnels. So you can see you have 2 greens here, and so you need 2 trains to complete that route. But because it's a tunnel, there's a push your luck element. I believe it's called a risk of a cave-in. So what you have to do is you have to blind draw off the top of the deck, and any color that matches the color you're playing, you consider that one piece of the route caved in. You have to play an additional one. Let's talk about it again. So if I wanted to go Zurich to Venezia, is Venezia Venice? Just in a different language? I don't know. Anyways, I want to do this route. It costs 2 green. I have to draw 3 cards off the top of the deck. For every green I draw, I have to have an additional green to complete the route. So if I drew 1 additional green, that means now I need 3. If I do 2, I need 4. If I don't have the colors to pay for it, I just forfeit my turn. I can't do anything. And that sucks. Venice is in South Italy. Okay. So I don't know what Venezia is then. But that's one mechanism, is tunnels. It's a push your luck element. So this is going to be n plus some number. Usually you'd want to at least have 1 additional than you need for the tunnel. So if I want this 2 green, I would want 3 greens in my hand before I risked it. You also have ferries, which are obviously over water, and those, you can see by the icon here, requires the locomotive. The locomotive is the wild. So if I want to go London to Amsterdam, I have to play 2 wild. The last one is, I forget what this is called. Maybe it's a toll booth? Is that the term? Basically, you can play these down, and it counts as connecting from any route in and out. An exchange, okay. All right, so let's say I'm trying to go from Paris to Venezia here. I get my Zurich to Venezia, that's great. Someone else takes Zurich to Paris, that's blocked off. What I could do is I could put the exchange in Paris or Zurich, and that lets me use any route of an opponent into a route of that city. So if I put one here, I already have this, and that lets me use that route as well. Or I could put it here. I'd probably put it in Paris, because Paris is really flexible, and that gives you a lot of movement. So those are 3 additional things, and we'll talk about it again as they come up. But you have the tunnels, which are a push your luck element. You're probably going to need more cards than you think. You have the ferries, which require wilds, and you have the exchanges, which give you more flexibility in using other people's routes. That being said, for every one of the 3 exchanges you don't use, you get like 4 points at the end. Let's look at some of these routes. Danzig to Lisbon. That's definitely Lisbon. I don't know what language. Is Lisboa Portuguese for Lisbon? I'm fascinated by this. I can read, it says Lisboa. I'm trying to understand if this is just non-English versus countries that I know. That's a short one. I like that. We're going to keep that. That's a long one. I don't necessarily like this one or this one because they're kind of bottlenecked. Like, you can get stuck. If you don't get one of these 2, you might be in trouble there. I like these 2 crisscrossy guys. Let's start there. That's very conservative. Now I kind of want a 3rd one. Should we do 3? Let's do 3. That's worth big points. It's tempting me. I know it's a trap. I'm saying that. It's most definitely a trap. What show is that from? Do you think it's a trap? It's most definitely a trap. But we're going to do it anyway. So here's the thing. Let's say I don't do it. This is only 12 points. I need something that defines my strategy for the rest of the game. I'm going to complete these 2 fairly quickly. I'm going to need to draw more anyway. And, you know, I only lose 4 points if I don't do this. But what it would do is it would tell me I want to focus on working through Paris down this way. Constantinople to Venezia would do something similar out east. Let's do that one instead. I'm still going to do 3, but I need a reason to place other routes. So 1, 2, 3. So we'll leave Lisbon alone. I know it's a okay. Listen, Lord Xeon, you're welcome to come on the channel and sass me all you want. But unless you do, you're going to go with my references. I don't like Star Wars. I know It's a Trap is a Star Wars reference, but there's plenty of things that say, do you think it's a trap? It's most definitely a trap. Not everything is Star Wars. Star Wars is the most overrated thing in the history of fiction. Don't at me. I like those greens. I like this little green from Essen to Frankfurt. I'm going to grab that. Frankfurt. Okay, so I know München is German for Munich, so I'm going to be under the assumption that these are the city names in their native tongues. Okay, so we got these 2 baby routes here. I like these. We're going to start wedging in the middle here. Look at people putting down routes already. That's wild. That is wild. That is bananas. So I got some yellows up here. You can see it's highlighting the things that I already care about. I want to navigate this chunk fairly quickly. If I can get some flexibility in here fairly quickly, I'm going to have good stuff I can do for the rest of the game. Because this feels more spread out. These are all small, so people are going to be able to grab them pretty soon. So we're going to grab both these yellows. And so now we've got this yellow, this green, and what was the last one? I can't see. The pink. So I was talking during that, but if you read the animation, then you saw that they had to draw cards to determine their tunnel cost. And I don't know how many they had to do, but you'll see. It'll tell us when we have to do it. So let's go Amsterdam to Essen first, because that's going to unlock the ability to do London. Man, we're going to knock these out real quick, and then we just got to start coming along here. Oh, look at all those greens. Oh, man, that's so tempting. What about whites? Do I need whites? Because I only see a 3 green here. Oh, I'm going to use 2 greens here. That's right. Duh. Those greens are very tempting, though. The whites can go here. Let's grab the whites. Let's get a nice base. Let's lay down a nice base of colors here. There's +1 in their cost? Okay. That's normally what I bank on. It is push your luck. You could, in theory, get a +3 on your cost, but normally, you know, play the odds, +1, you should be okay. Alrighty then, let's go. First of all, let's admire our beautiful locomotives now. Man, look at this. We are oil barons. So pretty. I don't see any wilds. If we get another wild, maybe we'll do London. Maybe we'll just stick a frickin' exchange in London, actually. What do we think? You know what? Let's grab these greens, and I'm gonna go Paris to Marseille. Don't ask me why. I just want to. I'm trying not to get boxed in here. Probably going to stick an exchange in Paris. That's just super valuable. Thank you for joining, Lord Xeon. We'll get you on this channel at some point eventually, or we'll do some in-person gaming and stream that as well. But I appreciate the back and forth, even if it was mostly sass on your part. Well, do I want blue, blue, or blue? I want this other wild, because we're going to go Amsterdam to London. Do we go Amsterdam to London now? Or we go... Okay, so it's Amsterdam to London, which I think is that's a ferry. So that's 2 ferries, so that's 2 wilds. Why is this one only cost 1 though? Like, that's not a tunnel, right? Like, that's just more economical to do that. And here I am about to be stupid about it. Okay, so how do we want to do this? We're gonna grab red. There we go. So now we're using a red and a wild here. I have a cat behind me. Let's do that. Oh, see, that's a good place to put one. I think I'm going to claim Paris here. So we were playing chicken on who was going to put the first exchange down. How do I put an exchange down? Do I have to be in the city to do it? Let's see. It's called a station. Wait. Oh, do I have to exchange a card to do it? I do. Interesting. Okay. So it costs you a card to put down a exchange. That being said, why would I put down an exchange there when I can just put down that pink and then I'm in Paris anyway? Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Now I got 3 opportunities to connect up here. Now we're getting somewhere. Good, good, good. I gotta start working this way too. Let's grab 2 blues. I'm gonna want to go here, I think. Let's grab another blue. So I got my 3 blues to connect here. Constantinople to Sofia. Maybe I put a station here. We'll take this black and maybe go here. Or we tunnel it with a wild tunnel. I like that, I think. We're going to go blue and black. Because we're going to look at these blacks right here. I want to do his tunnel right here, I think. I want to do a tunnel, I know that. Let's stock up on one more set of cards, and then we'll make decisions there. How about... I thought I grabbed a black last time. Did I grab white? Did I click too fast again? You guys gotta warn me when I'm doing that. Can I pan on the map? Stand by. There we go. Click and drag. Okay. That's all I want to do. I wanted to see what was down here. This looks like an interesting route. That looks like a very interesting route. Okay. I am so intrigued at this southern route right here that no one is claiming. We still need to connect here, though. We never did our Essen connection. I don't see any oranges. Where do we go? That white would be helpful. Let's try and make one contiguous route. Let's think about it that way. So we can come down here. We don't have that yet, but that's okay. We would need that black if we did that. Do we want to put a station there? That gives us that. And then we have 3 opportunities to connect in here. Or we can just put a station there, and then that's connected, right? Yeah. And we're connected there on that route. Yeah, if I'm thinking about this right, that makes sense. Let's get rid of white. And let's put a station down there. Or maybe it's in order. Yeah, I think at first station you put down costs 1 card, your second is 2, and your third is 3. So we're connected here now. Let's look at our... We haven't connected to these 2 cities, but these are considered connected now. So I got to cross that bridge, and now I can go this long way here. And so now we will take 2 blues. No, we'll do this one first. 2 blues, and we'll connect here. Does that complete a route yet? I think it might. Not yet. Okay. But then we're going to take our other 2 blues and this wild, and we're going to go here. And that should definitely complete a route. That route should be complete. I'm really concerned at why that's not complete. Do stations not work for ferries? I'd be furious. That is a dumb fucking move if stations don't count for ferries. But nonetheless, we're gonna go here. Oh, no. Someone has to claim it first. That's what it is. It allows me to use this connection, but there's no connection there yet. So once someone puts that there, that will complete my routes. I believe that's right. Doesn't super matter because we're invested at this point. We need more colors. Do we grab yellow? Let's start figuring out what's going on here with Constantinople. Nothing good. So, I mean, obviously we need cards. What do we want? I see a pink, a white, and a yellow. I'm going to say white. And we can grab this and then maybe put a station here to get to there or something like that. And then we will draw because I'm not inspired. Yes, let's go. That's what we need. Okay. Some good wilds. So that should be connected now. No, because he just made that route. I'm going to Google this real quick. Can TTR Europe Yeah. So that should be done. I'm confused as to why that's not showing as done. Maybe it just won't do it to the end of the game. Or is that what that check says? Okay, yeah. So this is saying it's complete via the station. It's just not updating this because I guess this is just looking at your actual contiguous routes. Good to know, good to know, good to know, good to know, good to know. I might want to go here. Do I want any other colors? I think I need to just start grabbing cards. I'm real low on cards. I gotta get out of here somehow. This southern route is intriguing me. Instead of fighting for this middle log jam. And then all this is still wide open. Where could I put yellow? I could go here out of Constantinople. Come up this way, maybe. Okay, I'll take yellow. Pink or orange? I don't like either of those. That was good. I liked that. I liked that a lot. Okay, so you just saw that there. No pink or wild cards were drawn, so they didn't have any cave-ins, so they got +0 modifier. That's pretty good for them. Let's look at our route here. I need to connect here. Do we risk this? We don't have enough cards to risk it yet. Probably gonna go Marseille to Rome. Let's risk it. We'll go there. And now on the next turn, this is gonna cost us 4 + 1, or 4 plus some number. We've got 1 extra to spare. Let's see what happens. Okay. So we're using 3 whites, 1 wild, and then we have 1 extra wild to spare if we get a draw for it. Let's go. Didn't even need it. So we got a +0 modifier there. But we were ready in case we did need it. That's huge. That's going to give us the ability to avoid this traffic jam in Eastern Europe on the Eastern Front. Now we can come down Roma to Palermo. We could go across here. Now we got some options, guys. So with that being said, we will start looking at collections, because these are all gray, so it doesn't matter what color they are. So what we're going to look at is lots of the same color. So let's grab oranges. As I spill all over myself, good lord. At least that was a clear drink. My white shirt. Okay, so we got this route. This is looking good. It is connected, right? I forgot about Essen. Can't forget about Essen. Might need to put down another way station here in a second. I could use that orange there. I don't have any blues. I don't have any pinks. Where could pink go? Pink could go here. Pink could go there too. Let's grab pinks. And then I can use 2 of these to put down another way station. If I need to, if I get blocked out of connecting Essen to Frankfurt. Or SL Berlin to Frankfurt. So there's options here. I'm not super worried. And no one's claimed Frankfurt yet as a way station. So if I go here, that lets me use any of these routes if I do get boxed out. Now remember, using the way stations gives you flexibility, but it doesn't work for everything. So for example, this isn't one long contiguous route because I don't believe I get to score for Amsterdam here for the longest route in the game. And also these long routes, let's look at this one for example. Let's say someone goes in Paris and they want to use my 4 red. That's cool, but they don't get the points for laying down the actual locomotives. So it's more like a get out of jail free card, but not necessarily a net positive to use if you don't have to. What other colors do we have here? Got another yellow. Let's draw and see what we get. Boom! The cool thing is because we blind drew that wild, it didn't box us out here. It won't let us grab this other wild. But I could still draw another card. So now, let's do it again. Okay. Alright, so they got a +1 modifier. They had it to spend. You can see they used a wild for it. Kind of sucks. You don't want to have to use a wild for that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Man, there's just not a lot to stack up right now. We can go pink. And that'll give us enough for Roma to Palermo. And then... Ooh, let's not forget that these are getting blocked out. We'll probably get Essen to Frankfurt on the next turn. Don't let me forget. Do I want another yellow, though? I can't see a lot of other use for yellow. So let us draw. Nice. I like that. Okay. Let's go Essen to Frankfurt before we forget and we get boxed out. So 1 green, 1 wild. That's going to complete one of our routes. Get a cool animation here. Huzzah! Now I think I do want to go Roma to Palermo, but maybe not yet. Look at all these reds, though. Actually, I do want to go Roma to Palermo because I don't want these reds necessarily. So let me connect that route. then I probably need to start looking into here. Or let's do that. Yeah. Okay, so pink or orange, doesn't really matter. We're gonna go orange, and we're gonna go in this tunnel. So we're gonna have to draw 3 again, so we might get a plus modifier. But we've got a couple orange to spare, right? Yeah, we got 3 orange. So we've got an orange to spare, and we have a wild to spare. So we'll definitely be good here. It would suck if we had a +2 modifier. +1 modifier, that's okay. We were ready for it. So we're not boxed in there, that's good. Now what we need is we need one of these routes, and then we can put a station on the other one. So I can put the station in Palermo right now. No, let's go Roma to Palermo, and then we have 2 options for stations on the next turn. And this isn't a tunnel, so I should be good here. So we'll go here, go here. And again, just to zoom in on this, this last bit is a ferry, so I need a locomotive for this last one. So it's 1, 2, 3 of any color, and then it must be a wild. So we'll click here, go there, gotta use my wild. Laying down some track. Now I just need a station here, and I will have completed all 3 of my routes, which is good. Doing okay in terms of total locomotives. Probably not the longest contiguous route. Nobody wants these reds. Interesting. I'll grab some reds, whatever. There's a lot of grays here that I can use some color for. So I don't need to do it yet, because there's still 2 stations available, but if I see one of these stations go, I'll grab the other, and that's going to cost me 2 cards. And let's grab the other 2 reds. That's a nice chunk of 4 right there. Oh, well, that was one of the places I was looking to put it. I guess I'm not going to do it now. So now we need 2 wilds. If we want to go Palermo to Smyrna, which would be cool. I can also just lay down track up here. Still lots of wide open track up here. I don't think Europe completely fills out. It doesn't fill out like the US does. There should still be some good open space. So let's draw. Let's draw. Okay, we got 2 blues. I was hoping for a wild, didn't get it. Everybody's just drawing now because no one likes what's there. That's really interesting. Both the stations are still there, that's okay. Let me grab another blue, and then let me draw. I would love to be able to do this without a station if I could. We'll see if it works. 5 reds. I'm just gonna have to lay that track down somewhere. That's a lot of points. Okay, someone putting a tunnel, so they had to do a +1 modifier, it looks like there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's so many points if I can get that. Let's fuck around and take these yellows. Let's extend our route. I have to take this because it's available. Okay, still plenty of trains left. We're doing okay on time. The thing I'm worried about, and the reason I had to take that, was because I can only use this route if someone else claims it. So my plan was to put a station in Palermo or in Smyrna. That being said, if I put a station there and no one actually builds this route, there's nothing for me to use. So I want to draw twice and see if I can get a rainbow. I didn't get a rainbow. Okay. Maybe I'll do that one more time. So one more time. Well, that ain't good. Still doing okay on locomotives. We're still on pace with everybody else, and we're about to lay down some serious track. Really need that wild now, though. Or what's another alternative that I can do? I could do pink. I don't have pink. And blue. This is where so many points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's, you need a lot though in order to do it. Let's do it one more time. Shit, guys, we might be in trouble. See, now we're there. It is. Okay. Whew. That scared the crap out of me. Okay, now we're just gonna lay down a bunch of track. Red doesn't do anything for me, so we're gonna go red here. See, that's 15 points off the bat. And that's the thing is, if I had to put a station down there, that's fine. It connects my route. But it doesn't give me 15 points. And 15 points is buku bucks. And now we're gonna go... Let's go here and let's try and make this one contiguous route. We have London connected and that's fine. This was a backup, but if we can get that black anyway. God damn it! Fuck you. Well, that's exactly what I was trying to do, but that's okay. At this point, the game's coming to an end. I'm just trying to lay down track. So that won't be a contiguous route unless I go orange there. I don't know if there's enough time. That would connect though. Zoop, 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 zoop. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see if they box me out. They box me out, they box me out. He drew, okay. So now I'll take our orange and go here. And now I have all contiguous routes. I mean, I have all three of these, right? Constantinople to Venezia. Oh, shoot. No, I forgot to connect Venezia. That would have been bad. I could just put a station there right now. 9, 15, 10. Could put my 2 greens. Risk it on connecting there. Blues though? We're getting down to the end game. 5 more locomotives, it triggers the end game. These 5 would do it. I have the money to pay for Zurich, but I don't have anything to spare, and I feel like that's a little risky. This person might also do it. They might go out first. These 2 don't look like they're going out. Let me do this. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that was a tunnel. That was so lucky. Holy crap. I knew Zurich to Paris was a tunnel that I had to risk. I didn't even realize Venezia to Zurich was a tunnel that I was risking. Jeez. Okay, so now we'll draw that blue, and now we'll draw off the top. Perfect. Okay. Now I've got a bunch to spare here, so we're going to connect Zurich to Paris. We don't have to waste that other station. Unless he's laying down Zurich right now. Wow, Stockholm to Petrograd. That's crazy points. No! Yes! Yes! Blessing tried to do Zurich to Paris and take it from me. But they didn't have the cards to spare. And we do. So suck it. Blessing. Boom, baby. Complete our last route. We've got a pretty long contiguous route as well. Final turn. We can connect up a little higher too. Yeah, I think we're good, guys. I mean, Otis got crazy points for Stockholm to Petrograd. Picking cards in your last turn is wild. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go yellow. And we're gonna go here. Not enough trains to claim route? What do you mean? Is that not 3 yellows? Oh, I literally don't have enough trains to claim the route. Okay. I was so confused. I was like, I definitely have the train cards to play it. No, but I don't physically have enough pieces to do it. That's funny. Well, should we take the other one out of London? It's looking like... Yeah, it's looking like the other London route is the move. Okay. We will use white. I can't claim both routes? Oh my god. There's no shot that I can't put these two down. Any white or yellow? I need a white or a yellow 2. Or a gray 2. Here. Okay. Right? Yeah. Jesus. I was gonna say, like, are you not gonna let me put my last cards down? I don't think I have the longest route. I did. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I made some good moves at the end there. So I got all 3 of my tickets. They weren't worth a ton. I got 10 for the longest route. But one of the normal guys won. Oh well. I think we had a good run there. Where did we get beaten? We got beaten on the tickets because our routes were very simplistic. So even though we laid down some good track. Also because we tied for longest route, which is the pink, that's what gave Otis an extra 10 points, and we would have been tied. But you can see how, you know, just because you can put the way station down doesn't mean you want to. I think it's really interesting that Blessing, who is the hardest AI, sucked ass. But that went really well. I was surprised by that. I think I got a little lucky there. I definitely didn't realize I was doing a tunnel. And if I had even a +1 modifier, I would have lost, but got away with it. So that's Ticket to Ride and Ticket to Ride Europe. There are a bunch of variations of this game. I'm not going to start a new game, but if we go to new game, we can just see all of the different maps that are available. I mean, look at this. North America, Germany, Heart of Africa, Japan, Switzerland, San Francisco, Legendary Asia, India, Nordic. Nordic has like a Christmas feel, I believe, and then Europe. And then there's additional modifiers on top. So there's a 1910 expansion for North America, and I think it's 1912 for Europe? Yeah, 1912. So, and then there's big cities. So there's expansions on top of the base game as well, plus all the maps. So a ton of variability in this game. Really good game to add to your collection. Like I said, it's not cheap. It's a pretty basic game, and to pay $60 for a 20-year-old game that's not super heavy is wild for me. That's why I don't currently have a copy in my collection, but still a good game. And the value for getting all of those different expansions for 20 bucks in Steam, I think is worth it. One of the things that I've been talking about with some people is keeping Wednesdays as teaching strategy sessions and talking through my thought processes, and maybe another day we'll do a lighter game like Ticket to Ride and do more of a podcasty type feel where we're just chatting and it's less about the gameplay, but we're just BSing about other stuff. I'm excited that I was able to show a Steam version of a game as opposed to BGA. I've got some other Steam games that I'm planning on doing as well. We're going to stick to board games just because this is a little more graphically intense. We're not going to do video games on this channel. I like video games, but it's not my passion like board games, so we'll do some more stuff in the coming weeks. But that was Ticket to Ride. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week.